giving you tools to protect your community before and allows Saskatchewan hometowns to stay safe and healthy. If a pinch of prevention is worth a pound of cure, a penny of risk management saves you at least $1 in damage you never done. Protect your community before. And of course, SumaSure is there for our members when things go wrong. When you call SumaSure to make a claim, you're talking to people who not only know municipal operations, but they know you. The faces you'll see at our trade show booth are the same year after year. So when you call on a crisis, you're more than just a member. You're a person, you're a community in need. And SumaSure will follow through on our promise to help. Often as municipalities, we wait until something bad has happened before we reach out. Our landfill is closed, our water treatment plant can't keep up anymore. So we look to our neighbors to find the solution. Work together, solve problems. Today, I want to encourage you to consider what can happen when you work with your neighbors before something goes wrong. Think about the difference it can make to safeguard all the things that make our municipalities hometowns. It's about more than just rinks and halls, sidewalks, and swimming pools. It's knowing our neighbors have our back. So over the next few days, find time to talk to the people you know belong to SumaSure, to hear why we joined and why we stayed. Talk to our amazing staff that we have in the trade show. Find out what they know and how they work for you. These stories will show you that SumaSure doesn't just say we'll be there. We're following through that promise every day. Thank you and have a fantastic convention.
I think it was maybe well, that's the official part, but we still have a couple more really important messages to get to you today. I have the pleasure of calling forward the SUMA president, Randy Gold, for the president's address. Randy?
To our elder, your honor, your worship, head table guests, and good morning, SUMA. So let's try to good morning, guys. Good morning, SUMA.
Yeah.
And welcome to the 119th annual convention. It is my honor to be here with you again today and this year, and so wonderful to be back in Saskatoon after such a long hiatus, 2019, Mayor Clark. And I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to have 3 days with each and every one of you to talk, to visit, to chat, to talk about some of the things going on in your communities and some of the things that we have to work together on. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Randy Golden. I'm a councillor for the city of Yorkton, and a big shout out to my council and my mayor, Mayor Hipsley. Good morning, Mayor Hipsley. And I'm proud, I'm so very proud to serve as the president of SUMA. I have a long history with the SUMA board, and I'm so happy to see our lifetime members here today that I have served with a few years ago. But prior to stepping into the role of interim president in the early 2022, and being elected formally at the convention a year ago here in 2022, I was the East Central director for many years and have served as interim president just a few times. When we were considering the theme for this year's convention, we wanted to encompass all that we have to offer into one short, catchy statement: no easy task. Since, as you all know, convention is so much more than just one thing. In the end, As Councillor Louvois talked about, we landed on tune in. As we hope Convention 23 will be an opportunity to tune in to so many new ideas from your peers, from your presenters, from the provincial leaders, and from SUMA, as SUMA tunes in to everything and we learn from you. So we look forward to all the ways we will tune into one another over the next few days, whether it's through networking, education sessions, dialogue with SUMA and the provincial ministers, or some good old-fashioned tuning in at the social events. Now, speaking of social events, we hope everyone enjoyed the return of the welcome reception last night. I know I certainly had a wonderful time getting a chance to connect in a more informal way while having the opportunity to take in some unbelievable exhibits at the Raymond Modern. Wasn't that a wonderful evening? Thank you to the City of South Kitchener for that really wonderful. We were also very excited to kick things off yesterday by bringing back last year's successful Dialogue with SUMA sessions. I hope you got the opportunity to attend and chat with one or more of SUMA's advocacy committees. But if you don't worry about it, don't fret, because we have plenty more opportunities to tune into what SUMA has and what SUMA will be doing for the next little while over the next few days. And that's what we're all here for. For example, you are able to tune into the future of SUMA and the work that's being done on the governance review. We have the open house, and later this morning, you're going to learn about the potential of a new governance structure for SUMA's board of directors. We will also have members of the board and SUMA staff in the open houses so that you can ask your questions and they will provide any answers that you need. But we're also very much looking forward to your feedback as we move ahead together. So SUMA recognizes the importance of education for both elected officials and for the administrations as they navigate our rules in our hometowns. You have all clearly stated and shown the importance of continued learning in local governance. In last year's convention survey, as Councillor Louvois talked about, 80% of respondents said education, learning what the provincial government is doing, and borrowing ideas and connecting with peers is the most important to their municipalities. So we use these surveys to tune into exactly what you as municipal officials want from convention. So I'm excited to share with you just a little bit more about our education sessions that we have planned for the next few days. So whether you are interested in learning more about honoring our treaty responsibilities as municipal officials, or how to prepare for wild weather in your community, or the connection between municipal planning and community well-being, there will be a session just for you. And as always, we have our breakout sessions for each type of municipality. So whether you're a city, you call a town or a village home, or are interested in knowing what's going on in the north, there is a session for you. Continuing our education as municipal leaders, it's not just limited to formal education sessions. Everything encompasses networking with others, sharing your ideas, and discussing all the common issues that we have together. So as SUMA, we often talk about networking with peers, and the annual convention is an absolute perfect opportunity to do just that. So tune in to some new ideas, learn from one another. But convention also offers the chance to network with our provincial officials, our trade show exhibitors who offer products and services geared towards municipalities, the sponsors that make all our events possible, and presenters who are there to specifically share their knowledge with our Saskatchewan municipalities. On Tuesday afternoon, we will have the opportunity to tune into and learn from the success and the innovation of Saskatchewan's municipalities as we celebrate the 16th annual Saskatchewan Municipal Awards. We will carry our celebratory moods into the evening as we gather to honor the long-serving municipal employees and elected officials that make our hometowns what they are. We're doing that at the President's Banquet. And then we'll be swapping our footwear, folks, for some dancing shoes to round out the evening. It's been a long time since we were able to celebrate at the President's Banquet with a live band and dancing. So hopefully you haven't forgotten your best moves. And I know the board of directors will be the first ones on the dance floor. Finally, on Wednesday, you will have the opportunity to tune into provincial officials at the dialogues and then the bear pit sessions. And hopefully it is a strong two-way connection and they will tune into you just as much. Now, as you know, these are excellent opportunities to have your concerns heard and questions answered by provincial ministers and the Premier face to face. For many of us, it is the only chance we get in a year, so I encourage you to make the most of it. I would also like to encourage you to take advantage of the time set aside to browse the trade show. This is a dedicated trade show viewing time later on this morning, as well as tomorrow from 9:30 to 10:30. It's an excellent time to make important connections for now and into the future, as you never really know what your municipality may need down the road. Now, before I wrap up, I'd like to take some time to tell you about some of the wonderful things that SUMA has been up to over the past year. Well, folks, we returned to in-person regional meetings. So I had the chance, a wonderful opportunity, along with SUMA staff and my fellow board member, Randy Donauer, to visit many of your communities and chat with you face to face about what's going on in your area of the province. At those meetings, we began our governance review rollout, which I mentioned earlier, and began gathering your feedback. As a member-driven organization, we want you to have an active role in deciding the future of SUMA. So we will remain tuned into your considerations, your concerns, your input as we move forward with the process. Over the summer, we held a successful summer school for mayors and councillors at the University of Regina. It was quite a unique event, with those who attended being able to stay in the dorms and have the full summer school experience, except for the assignments and the homework. Although I'm sure many of you attended, did take plenty of knowledge home to implement in your communities. Now, SUMA has also hosted 18 webinars over the course of 2022 and have already held several this year. These are unique opportunities that allow you to take in specific focused education from a variety of presenters in a relatively short time, usually an hour or two at the most, from the comfort of your own home or your office. And when you did travel, you can bring along Unicast, SUMA's podcast focused on all things municipal. This season of Unicast has been focusing on connecting with people involved in this convention. So if you've been listening, you likely have a bit of a head start on knowing who and what to expect over the next few days. We encourage you to visit the member portal on SUMA's website for recordings of all of the webinars you may have missed, and to keep an eye on the events section of the website for more upcoming opportunities. All of this is in addition to the work that SUMA does all year round. Plenty of advocacy, talking about what we've heard during resolutions last year and advocating for changes you've requested. The executive committee attended many meetings with both provincial and federal ministers. And as you will learn from the dialogue with SUMA sessions yesterday, our committees were tuned into working with our provincial and our federal counterparts to create change that works for everyone. Now, throughout the convention, during education sessions, sector meetings, resolutions, dialogue sessions with ministers and more, it is my hope you embrace all of the opportunities available to foster those current relationships and build new ones with your municipal peers. The board of directors and staff will be easily accessible over the next 3 days as well. So if you have any questions, any concerns, any input, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of us. I know I speak for all of the board and all of the staff when I say we would love to have conversations with as many of you as we can to take full advantage of the opportunities to tune in to exactly what your municipalities are looking for from SUMA. And hopefully hear a little bit about what you think we're doing well. And so we can continue to build on these successes. So SUMA members, our guests, Your Honor, Your Worship, I look forward to speaking with you over the next several days. Thank you for joining us and enjoy every minute of our convention. Thank you.
You know, that Yorkton, they just produce these really smart, attractive, charming women, hey? I love Randy, I've known her my whole life. That was such a positive message. You just feel the energy coming off of Randy. Give her another round of applause. I'm just sad. I missed a party last night, apparently. I don't know. I didn't invite me. Really excited about the dance floor though. Really excited about that. We're going to move into a little bit of a transition. And we're going to give you some advice on how we're going to go through this transition to get to a test vote. In just a moment, I'm going to ask everybody to rise for the departure of the Vice Regal Party. And I want you to remain standing until that Vice Regal Party has departed. And following that departure, the platform party will also take their seats in the audience. Then we're going to do a quick activity that will get us ready for this afternoon's for the break. Okay? So we're right on schedule, folks. I'd ask you, please rise for the departure of our Vice Regal Party.
Yeah.